I want to welcome you to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. What's up, peoples? How you doing? It is a great day, and I'm so very excited to be here. Not only am I excited to be here, but I'm excited to have my next guest on the show. This is the author's edition, and we're here to inspire you to become an author. Come on, you guys. There's just so many stories out there that can be written, especially by you, things that people don't even know about. Like my next guest, Mr. Michael Smathers. He wrote about a churchyard. Not only just that, it says here on the cover, let them not be forgotten. And how many people have been forgotten? Eulogies Written in a Country Churchyard. I want to welcome Michael to the show today. Thank you so much for calling in.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So tell us about yourself and what led up to you writing this book.
I'm primarily have been what I would call a social entrepreneur. I've helped create nonprofit organizations and manage them and so forth. But I am also an ordained pastor of a Presbyterian church.
Okay.
And I have pastored churches.
Hold on a second.
And even outside of when I wasn't pastoring churches, I've done about 150 funerals.
Wow. So wait. Before you continue, hello? Before you continue, your audio is, your audio is really, really rumbled. I want to get a really clear, audio for you.
Okay, let me try something here.
Okay.
Maybe it was better to hear now. Can you hear better?
Oh, yeah, that's a lot better.
Okay. All right. I was saying that among other things, I am an ordained Presbyterian minister. I have pastored churches, and I have kind of developed a skill at doing funerals, so that I have done over 100 funerals, maybe 150 funerals. I'm not sure, but with my funerals, I normally do a eulogy of the person's life. Now here in this, I'm in Central Tennessee, in Eastern Tennessee, really, on the Cumberland Plateau, and in this area, funeral directors call these things obituaries. But what I do is a little fuller than most obituaries, and the characters in my book are flesh and blood human beings who mostly were members of what has been called the greatest generation of Americans. They were the people who defined the American soul during the 20th century. And the little snippets of their life, which I have told when I helped do their funerals, and in the book that I've written about, will tell you a little bit about them and who they were and what it was that made them the unique persons that they were.
Wow. Why is this so important to you?
Well, it's important to me because I believe that these people are worth remembering, there may be lessons in their life that can be valuable for other people, and that they're people of distinction, although not known publicly by and large. They nevertheless led lives of distinction, and their lives are worth remembering and are valuable to remember.
I agree. I definitely agree with you on that. You know, I've always thought that the cemetery was a place where talent went to go and be buried for some reason. And memories, of course. I mean, I walk the cemetery and I don't know these people. I've never known them, but they were family members. They were sons and daughters and uncles and aunts. And, you know, I find it very soothing that you're doing this. How does it make you feel?
That's correct. Right. every one of them were important to somebody. And funerals are not really for the person that has died. They are for the people who have survived,
exactly.
who are living. And what I have discovered is that remembering the lives of people and remembering details about their lives and the things that have made them unique and unusual are important to their loved ones.
Exactly.
And it's comforting to their loved ones to hear those things repeated. A lot of the stuff that I use in the eulogies I do are things that I have been told by the family members of the people that I'm eulogizing, and but nevertheless they are grateful to hear those things repeated publicly and remembered publicly.
Yeah. How did it make you feel once you completed the book? You got these people's memories in here. You talked about them. They're not forgotten. How did that make you feel as an author and also as a person?
Well, I have a considerable amount of satisfaction from doing the book, and I do feel like the book was worth doing, and it's a value. At least it's a value to the loved ones of those people who are eulogized. It may be a value to other people,
right?
So I have a good deal of satisfaction from completing the book. It's the second book that I have written, and writing a book is a rather arduous task. I'm not particularly an author. That is something that I have done, but that's not my life work, and I'm not. I don't do it consistently. So writing a book is kind of an arduous task. It takes a lot of concentration, a lot of time, some hard work, and so there's a great deal of satisfaction once it's completed.
Right. Wow. Did you write about anyone you knew?
Anyone I knew?
Yeah, someone you knew. Did you include them in the book? Did you know any of these people?
I knew them all, every one of them.
Wow.
And most of them I knew well. Some of them I did not know real well, but most of them I knew. They are, mostly a generation older than me. They are my parents' age and so forth. But there were people I knew. Yes.
Wow. I love the fact that you've done this, because a lot of people, they go into the ground or they go into a wall and no one's ever heard of them, or they weren't appreciated before they passed away. And now that they're gone, people forget. I mean, it's nice to know that you have a book here about people that really mean something to not only you, but to others as well.
What I often hear from people is, gee, we should have remembered that about the person that has died. We should have done something to to get their stories down before they died, but we didn't. And so.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. And we say that a lot, but we never do it. I see here that on Amazon, it is a bestseller. Congratulations.
That is one of the things that most people never get around to doing.
Right.
Is getting down to the stories and the history and the consequences of the lives of the people who have died.
Definitely, definitely. Let them not be forgotten is just something that, we should be doing before they pass away. Like you said, and remembering all these times and good times. Did you have any help doing this book from the families?
I certainly had help from the families in doing the eulogies originally. Every one of these eulogies was originally done at a service of remembrance or a funeral of the person that is eulogized. And I certainly had help at that point in doing these, lots of help from the families. But I subsequently wrote the book, and I didn't have a lot of help in writing the book. I did have a lot of encouragement from family members in writing the book, and people asking me, saying something like, gee, you need to write a book of the eulogies that you've done or something.
Wow, that is so cool. Would you do this again?
Would I do it again? Yeah, I might do it again. If I could get the energy to do the writing, the characters that are written about in Let Them Not Be Forgotten are not all of the people that I have helped to remember and to eulogize at the time of their death.
Wow.
So there are others that I could do, yes.
When it comes to writing a book, you said it was arduous. You said the task was a lot and that, you're not a normal writer. But would you give us some kind of a pointer on, what it took you to do it and a mistake that you made or even something you did that was great that really helped kind of for the people that are listening, maybe they want to write a book?
Well, yeah, you have to have the motivation. I understand that writers create their own, people who write professionally and write consistently can develop motivation, but if that's not the case for you, then you first of all have to have the motivation to do the book. I mean, it does take, as I said, it takes some work, it takes some concentration, and it takes some time. It took me probably 6 months to write that book, totally.
Wow.
From the time I started till I finished. I didn't, I didn't write 8 hours a day or whatever. I wrote when I had time to do so, and it took some time, and so you have to have the motivation. You have to have something that you want you want to tell other people. Mm-hmm. You want to share that you think is worth writing about and worth telling to those who may read the book.
Correct. Wow. You're so right. Well, I want to thank you so much for being on the show. Where can people find your book? Because I do have the Amazon. It's on the bestseller for Honey. Wonderful. Congratulations.
Well, really, Amazon or books in
Barnes and Nobles?
Noble or booksellers of that kind are the only place I know right now, except I have distributed a number of the books myself, and I could still do that if people contact me. I could still send them a book, but that's not the best way. The best way is probably from Amazon or Barnes and Noble or some of the booksellers. The online booksellers,
Right.
Probably.
The best, yeah. You get it out faster. You only have one book left in Amazon, so if you guys want to get that book, you better hurry up, okay? And hopefully there'll be some more books showing up at Amazon.
Modern publishing is a funny thing. They don't publish thousands of books. They only publish books when books are ordered. So you could still, even if they're not showing that they have copies of the book, you could order the books because they can publish them at any time.
Awesome. Yep. It's the beauty of modern publishing. Definitely.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Well, thank you so much, Michael, for being on the show. I appreciate it so very much.
Well, you're very welcome. And I appreciate the opportunity to talk with you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And thank you guys so much. We're going to have all of that information about the book, where you can find it, in the description box below. Please leave your comments. If you want to leave a comment about someone that you don't want to be forgotten, go right ahead. And if you want to write a book, just take your time. You got this. You can do it.
Sure.
Definitely.
Right.
Thank you guys so much again. And don't forget to dare to be different. Until next time, guys. Bye.